If pure is the word that encapsulates Michigan, what word would he use to describe Muskegon? Is there a word that does justice to the power of the water? A word that could begin to illustrate the vibrancy of these colors? How about one that paints a picture of our sunsets? What word could demonstrate the resilient innovation of our organizations, or possibly portray the unstoppable resolve of our people? Can one word describe our unquenchable drive to keep moving forward? Can it capture the life-changing work that happens every day in our schools? Or give light to the webs of support holding up this community? The truth is, one word couldn't possibly define this place, because each one of us defines this place. So the question we should be asking is, what word will define your work?
Welcome to Muskegon Area ISD. So let me ask you, are you ready for a great year? Because we have the best programs, the most awesome staff, and you know how I know? The challenges that we just conquered last year, we're gonna do it again. And together, anything's possible. So welcome back. Look forward to all the good things together. Let's have a great year.
I didn't know what this job entailed when I first took it, but it's sometimes a little bit of heavy lifting, sometimes a number of boxes. Driving in the van, you know, kind of enjoying the scenery is kind of relaxing. We have 23 schools in the county that we service, and that is part of our commitment to making sure that we do our job to make sure that they are able to be successful in doing their job for the students, the school district, and that in turn has a positive impact on the community. My word today is like commitment, because commitment means a responsibility and an obligation to a cause or activity. And as Dr. Stevenson says, ask why, be bold and innovate. And I think commitment kind of ties all of that together. We are all, as a team, committed to the school district, the teachers, the faculty, and the staff, all of our team members and co-workers we work with, especially to the students. And again, that translates to positiveness back into the community.
My name is Teresa Augustiniak, and I am the Augmentative and Alternative Communication Consultant here at Muskegon ISD, and I serve as a member on the Assistive Technology team. Assistive technology is any technology, whether that be low-tech to high-end complex communication systems, for being able to support students and to be able to communicate and thrive.
Did you eat lunch yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Assistive technology allows what is unachievable to be achievable. It makes the impossible possible. So I've been thinking a lot about what I hope would describe this upcoming year, and what I hope to hold close, and maybe others will too, is Renaissance. Everything I've read in terms of looking hopefully at the end of the pandemic, at this long goodbye. Throughout history, the horrors that a pandemic brings about can sometimes serve as the catalyst for a renaissance following it. Renaissance being, not that I'm, fancy myself like Michelangelo or Da Vinci or anything, but in terms of a renewed interest or revival of an interest in something, and that something being how we collaborate, how we share information, how we share knowledge. I think the pandemic has forced us to accelerate growth, and that growth was made possible because of technology. It's forced us into flexibility that bordered on chaos at times. But through that, I think there are valuable lessons that are learned that we need to build on. Renaissance.
So as you've probably noticed, this YouTube premiere event is a little different way to start school this year. But if it's one thing we've learned in the last 18 months, it's how to do things differently. As you heard Dr. Severson say, our community and our country needs public educators more than anything else these days. And we've learned how to be adaptable, flexible, and to set goals for improvement. So this year, we're having all of you set goals for yourself. But not regular New Year's resolution type of goals with lots of complicated words and components. Nope, we're going to have you set a goal of one word. That's right, one word. This one word idea came from a very popular book, and it gives lots of examples of how that can be set. And we're going to have each of you create your own one-word goal. As a coach myself, one of my favorite examples is from the University of Central Florida basketball team. Each team member put a word on the basketball panel for themselves, but together that made one team goal meshed together. So we're going to have each of you set a goal, and you're going to see in this video several ISD members sharing their one-word goal. And this video will help guide you through the process. My word is positive. One thing we need in this world is more positivity. And everybody seems to react to most situations in a negative manner first and foremost. I'm going to focus on being positive and making sure I have a positive outlook on most things that I encounter. I look forward to seeing your goals and working towards a great school year in 21-22.
I'm Rob Clanky. I work at Lakeshore Learning Center. I'm a school social worker here, and I've been here for about a year now. I work on behavior and emotional regulation for our students. Most of our students are sent here because they have behavioral needs and emotional needs that are too severe to be handled within their home district. That they need just a little extra level of support. It's fun to have people think I look a little bit ridiculous at times. I have a student that I play Batman and Robin with, and I'm not Batman, I am Robin. So we go down the hall and we check in the classrooms to make it safe. And we talk to Mrs. Pontius and see if there's anything that needs to be secured or taken care of in the morning. It's really cool to be with kids when they get that chance to kind of, aha, I can relax and this is what I need. I need to build that relationship. Because I have to have a reason to get out of bed, and hopefully I'm doing something better for somebody else. The word that I chose for this year is move. Einstein had a quote that said that, hey, basically life is like riding a bicycle, right? In order to keep your balance, you must keep moving. You can't get stuck on any one thing. You gotta keep changing and adapting and moving. What I do with students right now, hey, you know what? If they're arguing that their way is right, you can't get stuck on any one particular thing. And you can't say, I'm right, you gotta follow this rule right now. What we need to do right now is come to some sort of middle ground. You gotta move from where you're planted, and hey, let's walk beside you for a minute until we figure this out, and then find our way forward.
My name is Heidi Strong. I work in the technology department. I'm the departmental assistant and special applications technician. I started out as a PC technician and then moved into this position when Jennifer moved. Well, I field calls, I field help desk tickets, process invoices, POs. I help with Adobe Sign, any and all of those things. I get out of bed in the morning to just help people. I love coming to work. I love interacting with people. With COVID, it's been difficult because it's, you see them on the computer screen and it's not the same as interacting with them personally. So it's nice to have people back in the office and helping people when they come in. I mean, they pop in and peek through the window and they have an issue and I go help them. And it makes me feel good when they walk away and their problem solved and they're happy. My one word that I chose is supportive. I want to support everybody here, our districts that we support, and the staff here.
I'm Sarah Coleman, and I am the Science/STEM consultant here at the ISD. So I work with all local districts, both in science programming, and then I also support our project-based learning STEM Academy that we have here at the MAISD and West Michigan GLSI, which is our place-based education organization. A lot of our work entails working in classrooms with teachers, bringing in the real-world aspects to their instruction, so having students engage in real problems in their community. I think one of the things that is my favorite about my work is that it brings forward different aspects of students' skills and talents. And so it really brings a classroom into a different light. My word is gratitude. I started actually thinking about my word, I looked backwards, and I thought about how grateful I am for the work that I've gotten to do with my colleagues, helping to set a vision and carry it forward. And I was thinking also about the teachers and the administrators that I've worked with, many of whom would call the last 2 years some of the hardest years in their career. And I'm just so grateful for the work that everyone in the community has done to keep our students safe, to care for them, and then amazingly also try to move instruction forward. And so as I look at that word, that's something that I can feel for what I look back for, but as I look forward, I feel like I have the opportunity to bring that word into my work, to help others feel someone grateful for what they're doing and for how hard they're working.
In the long run, we only hit what we aim for. Improvement and success don't usually happen by accident. Improvement and success come from setting specific goals and aiming at those goals. It takes intentional planning to improve and become the leaders, teachers, parents, friends, and employees that we aspire to be. Over the next few moments, we will go through some questions that I want you to think about that will help you think of a word that you can use for your goal this school year. Here are some questions to ask yourself to help you decide on a word. What words do I hope my coworkers and family use to describe me? If I think about this time next school year, what do I hope I can use to sum it up? What is preventing me from being the person I want to be? And when I am having my best days, what words do I use to describe it? I cannot wait to see what your word will be this year.
My name is Pam Jackson. I'm the Web and Social Media Manager at the Muskegon Area ISD. I've worked for the ISD for 26 years. The thing that really excites me is telling the stories. Telling stories about our family, our community, our kids, and what our staff does in Muskegon County. I think some of our work is overshadowed sometimes. And sometimes we don't tell our story because we maybe don't think our audience is interested, but they really are. I've seen on our social media networks so much engagement when we share these wonderful stories. My word for the year is reimagine. And I looked that word up in the dictionary, and it means to think of or do something new and do it in a creative way. So my main goal for this year is to really reimagine how we tell the story of our educators, parents, and students in Muskegon County. Through the pandemic, we've really learned about how to be resilient, and that was a valuable lesson. But now, telling our story in a new and creative way really shows the public and the community what we've learned from being resilient and where we're headed for in the future.
My name is Mindy Kieft, and I am a financial specialist here in the business office. I mostly do accounts receivable, taking money in, but I also do odd ends. I balance insurance. I've been with the ISD for 12 or 13 years now. Well, it was kind of like a meant-to-be situation. It fell in my lap. I was part of the CTC program. My teacher for that program referred me over to the document center when they had an opening. Like, I would have never known about the opening. I actually didn't apply the first time because I was like, well, I'm gonna go to school and I just wanna do that. But it came back around. I think they hired somebody who didn't work out. So I applied and got it and loved it. The people made me want to stay here long term, for sure, the people. My favorite part of my job is probably month end, when I close out the month and balance all the accounts. So it's something new every month. That's kind of fun for me. One of my best days is when we had outsourced a lot more of the business services to local districts, and we had like an AP team. We were really tight, Deb Murphy and Christia Seals. So just working with them was really close, and bouncing stuff off each other and really streamlining our work was really great. So I chose driven because right now I'm really trying to be a driving force. You know, whatever obstacles come in my way, figure it out real quick with grace and keep moving, keep focused, keep going.
My name is Christine Bell, and I teach at the Career Tech Center, and I teach graphic production. In this program, it's generally 11th and 12th grade, but they come from all the districts in the Muskegon County area. Honestly, my favorite part of my job is interacting with the kids and building those relationships. I've got students from 18 years ago that I still communicate with, and I've watched their children start to grow up. I do have students, former students, that still call me Mama Bell, so that's really endearing to me. And I always say to myself and to somebody else when they say, what do you hope people remember of you when you're gone? It's just that I made some sort of impact in their life. The one word that I would describe, I'd have to say prolific. The reason for that is the abundance of emotion that everybody has gone through professionally and personally, the time that we've had to invest in recreating how we deliver content, prolific. And when I think about next year and this upcoming year and that word, I want to make sure that I reflect on what worked best. And some of those things I will bring back into this year's class, learning from those and bringing those forward and kind of saying, let's see if we can integrate some of that virtual world back into the hands-on world. Prolific.
I've had the opportunity several years ago. I was given the book. It was really kind of timely for me. I had a heart attack. Then we get into 2019 and I end up having some major heart surgery. And I'm working with my cardiologist and others, and he said, what's your word? I said, my word for 2019 is gratitude. Gratitude it's being thankful, but it's a layer beyond that. It's deeper than that. And when you go through life-altering experiences, and you can come out of those, you can look, and because every day is not, you just don't feel thankful when you're laying in a hospital bed, but then you look at it and say, wow, look who the care I'm getting, look at all the stuff, my family, my friends, those around, is like, okay, this is my word. And so that word helped me, and every day that's a kind of it's a reflection, and you think gratitude. I am so thankful and blessed to be here, to be doing the things I get to do, to hang out with my friends and my family, and amazing. And so that was my word for 2019. So as we prepare and you start thinking, what is your one word? The challenge is finding a word that you can reflect on a regular basis, that you can get up in the morning or lay there at night or throughout the day, and just that word pops up. And you say, okay, yep. You know, it's a word that when you're kind of, you're down, you think of your word, it's gonna be like, all right, I got this. Or, you know, you're picking somebody else up. And so for you, I hope you find a great word that pushes you, helps you be the best you can be, and for you and for all of the kids that you work with and the adults you work with and everything else. So thank you, MAISD. Find a great word and have a great year.
Hi, I'm Christine Robert. I'm president of your local United Way, and I'm here to tell you a little bit of a story of some of the work that we do that you helped us accomplish last year. I'm at the Y Learning Center. So the Y Early Learning Center is a partnership in providing childcare for our local community. And if we were to look back a few years, one of the things that United Way focuses on is how do we help working families succeed? And one of the primary issues was childcare, and it still is a primary issue. So we set a course to try to find partners who would open more childcare, and then how do we support existing childcares to stay in business? And this is our first brand new YMCA Goodwill partnership to create an early learning center, and it's right here in downtown Muskegon at the former McLaughlin School. So stop by. There's a beautiful mural outside that hopefully you'll get to see, but it's on Ransom and McLaughlin, and there's room for 72 children from birth to preschool. My word is caring, because so much of what we do all the time, and one of our core values at United Way, is caring. And last year we put caring into a real force for good. With the COVID pandemic, the needs were immediate and relevant to everything we do, and really brought out the importance of community-based organizations and the importance of individuals reaching out and helping one another.
Wanderlei Suits, I'm a retired RN, and I worked at Hackley Hospital for over 30 years. I'm a mother of 6. This has been a really hard time for all of us, everybody. And we have new people coming on, and I miss the opportunity and will miss the opportunity to meet you all in person. Prior to COVID, my husband had a traumatic brain injury. Prior to that year prior to my husband having this head injury, I had changed my line of thinking for my New Year's Eve or my New Year's resolution. And I had decided that instead of hoping to lose weight, which I never could, or trying to do something better or different, it didn't always pan out. So what I did is I changed my method of thinking. And I decided that I was going to try to find joy in every day. And so my opportunity to find joy became very, very difficult during my husband's head injury. And it was difficult sometimes to do that. But for me, it kept me sane. It really helped me through those really hard times. I could find joy in friends visiting, somebody bringing me some food, the nurse say he's improving today, even though tomorrow he crashed. So all of those things. So take your Take your bad days, your worst day, and find a joy in it. It might just be the sunset on the way home or the sunrise in the morning, and I hope soon I can meet you face to face.